Serial killers, the embodiment of humanity's darkest potential, haunt the corridors of history with their chilling tales. Most societies react with horror and certainty that once caught, such individuals are securely tucked away from the world. Yet, startlingly, there are cases where these individuals manage to break free from their shackles, only to resume their macabre exploits. Join us as we delve into the chilling stories of 10 serial killers who killed again after being released. Our journey begins with the notorious Peter Tobin, a Scottish handyman. With a monstrous side, Tobin's criminal record hinted at a violent past. Convicted of raping and attempting to murder 2 teenage girls, in 1994, he was released in 2004. The freedom he gained was short-lived. In 2006, he was arrested for the murder of Angelica Cluck. This grim discovery sparked further investigations, revealing Tobin's involvement in 2 more murders, those of schoolgirls Vicky Hamilton and Dinah McNichol, proving he was a seasoned killer. Then, there's the enigmatic case of William Unek. Unek first struck in 1954, murdering 21 people in a spree of violence in the Belgian Congo. Incredibly, after serving his sentence, Unek was released, only to embark on another rampage in 1957, claiming 36 more lives. His case remains one of the most catastrophic examples of recidivism in criminal history, underlining the grave risks involved in releasing such dangerous individuals. Consider the chilling saga of Jack Unterweger, an Austrian whose poetic talent and apparent rehabilitation deceived many. Imprisoned for murder in 1974, Unterweger was released in 1990, due to advocating by influential figures swayed by his literary talents. His second chance at life, however, quickly devolved into a series of brutal murders, spanning several countries, before his arrest and subsequent suicide in 1994. Next, we have the case of Kenneth Macduff, infamously nicknamed the Broomstick Killer. Convicted of a triple murder in 1966, Macduff was sentenced to death, only to have his sentence commuted to life imprisonment. Miraculously paroled in 1989, Macduff went on to commit at least 5 more heinous murders before his final capture in 1992. His release highlighted significant flaws in the parole system, bringing about systemic changes in Texas. In the UK, the name Archibald Hall sends shivers down the spine. Known as the Monster Butler, Hall had a long list of petty crimes. He was arrested for theft in 1977, only to be released and embark on a killing spree, ending the lives of 5 people, including his own half-brother, before his capture in 1978. The story of Issei Sagawa is a disturbing testament to the complexities of international law. Sagawa, a Japanese national, committed murder and cannibalism in Paris. In 1981, declared legally insane, he was sent back to Japan, where he was inexplicably released due to legal loopholes. Although not directly linked to subsequent murders, his release and subsequent media presence remain a controversial topic. Dennis Rader, known as the BTK Killer, managed to evade capture for decades after his initial spate of murders. However, unlike others on this list, Rader was never released from prison, as he was only discovered and arrested in 2005, bringing an end to his reign of terror that began in the 1970s. His mention here is more a reminder of the lengths some killers go to avoid, incarceration, rather than misuse of a second chance. Back in the US, the tale of Arthur John Shawcross is a grim one. Convicted for 2 child murders in 1972, Shawcross was released on parole in 1987. He subsequently killed 12 more women over 2 years, evading detection due to a lack of communication between law enforcement agencies, which ultimately led to his capture. In 1990, Joseph E. Duncan III presents a modern example of a failure within the system. After serving time for a brutal crime in the 1980s, Duncan was released, only to unleash unimaginable horror in 2005, resulting in the deaths of multiple members of the Gruen family. His capture was inevitable, but the devastation wrought during his brief period of freedom was irreversible. Lastly, we explore the disturbing case of Pedro Alonso Lopez, the monster of the Andes. Confessing to the murder of over 300 girls across South America, Lopez was shockingly released in 1998 on good behavior, only to immediately disappear. His whereabouts remain unknown, haunting the memories of those affected by his unfathomable crimes. The harrowing stories of these individuals serve as a somber reminder of the perils involved in navigating justice and rehabilitation. While society must strive for a balance between punishment, reform, and safety, these chilling tales echo the importance of vigilance and caution. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos like this.